Good evening, Vineland High School varsity soccer fans. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Some things broke thanks to Mother Nature over the weekend, so we were fixing all that up. But we are here for the girls varsity soccer team is here at historic Gittone Stadium hosting Catholic to a 2-0 lead for the Fighting Clan.
Yeah, a case of the usual suspects as well for Vineland. Ashla Newton, Angela Cascabas on the score sheet already. It's been a good display from Vineland so far, taking on Camden Catholic, a team they typically don't see all that much. It's hard to gauge too, coming into this game when you're looking at the pregame stuff. They shared a common opponent, Vineland coming off their most recent game, a loss to Cherry Hill East, 2-1 score there. Camden Catholic played them earlier in the year, lost 3-1 to the same opponent. So it tells you these teams are roughly around the same level. We know some of these fixtures, some of these results can vary throughout the season, but it tells you this game, even though it's 2-0 now, could regain some competitiveness. But honestly, it's been largely Vineland so far.
Vineland in their gray tops, gray shorts. Camden Catholic in the all-white uniform. It is senior night here at Gittone Stadium. Seniors were honored biz. We have another goal here for the Fighting Clan to make it 3-0.
Sophia Stockbridge on senior night getting a goal, and stop me if you've heard this before. Stockbridge from range just serves it in. Goalkeeper just can't deal with the height. It's a good shot by her, just testing the keeper from about 30 yards out. Finally come to a commanding 3-0 lead. We saw them play Hamilton, go 2-0 up in the first 10 minutes, be really dominant. Hamilton was able to kind of claw their way back into that game. That's going to be the test for Vineland today, is ensuring that this stays a 3-0 lead, that you kind of keep the pressure on. Does Camden Catholic get maybe a half chance here? Liliana Lopez swallows it up. Easy save. Vineland working it really well in transition now. Been really impressed with their through balls so far this game. They've had quite a few opportunities that they've sprung with really nice passing, breaking the defensive line of Camden Catholic, who, as we mentioned, have just not really had an answer so far in this game. Not been able to really generate too many chances, as do win possession here.
Camden Catholic applying the pressure still in this Vineland zone, but Vineland trying to play a little prevent here, playing some tough defense and forcing Camden Catholic into some throw-ins here that so far hasn't been to their strongest of suits. And we'll get a goal kick here for the Fighting Clan.
Yeah, Camden Catholic comes into this game too off the back of two really big victories. 5-0 against Woodbury and 8-1 against Pennsauken. So their best form of the season coming into this game, 13 goals in the last two, and they made it hard on me. I like to tally up the goal scorers. They have 14 different goal scorers on this varsity squad. Tells you there's quality all over the field for Camden Catholic. There's not just one player you have to focus on marking. Anyone with a chance at goal can put it in the back of the net. Cascabas wanted to take that throw in quick, just try and catch Camden Catholic on a little imbalance. Just wasn't able to find an open runner. So Amanda Nemeth was a fancy flick to regain possession for Vineland. Cascabas can threaten the back line, looking for Gonzalez.
It's kicked out of bounds. Vineland will maintain possession. We'll get their first substitution here.
And already today we've seen Cascabas getting into space down that wing. She's the type of player that will definitely run towards the defender and force them into a decision. Definitely be looking to get her involved through the rest of the game. 5 goals, 5 assists on the season. She's been a big part of this Vineland offense. Not just scoring, but creating as well. Stockbridge with a mazy run through the midfield. Cascabas looked to flick that on. Stockbridge serves it back in. It's a tame header in the end from Cascabas, but that is the danger if you're Camden Catholic for the rest of this game. It's how devastating Vineland can be. Already 3-0 down. 4-0 would make this really challenging. Good defending from Vineland. Turns a threatening position into a goal kick. Long range effort for Camden Catholic goes wide. And those are the types of chances they've been limited to so far this evening. More speculative efforts. Madison Kenyon smartly off the Camden Catholic attacker, wins a throw. Vineland have had a lot of answers so far in this game. That ball again just on the turn, looking to shoot as soon as you see the net. Be preaching maybe some patience for Camden Catholic. down 3 goals is not insurmountable. Don't need to be pulling at every shot.
Just gotta clear it, ladies.
So there's passing in tight spaces, and passing out of the back is obviously something more in vogue in the last 10, 15 years in the sport. Preaching so much about retaining possession, even if that means taking on a little bit of risk.
Mm-hmm.
Coaches really value retaining possession, not hitting the ball forward and hoping to win it on a 50-50. Just hanging on to the ball, picking your head up, working quick in tight spaces. So I see a lot of pregame stuff now is all about quick 1-2 touch passing in small circles. Camden Catholic entering the box, and a great challenge by Jesse Donnelly. Another one of the Vineland seniors being honored tonight. Don't get to say her name much on the broadcast. Such is the life of a lockdown central defender. Good center back is like a good offensive lineman. You don't really want to know your name. The less your name is said, usually, the better. Amanda Nemeth with a charging run. Looking for Hendershot.
Another save by Lopez.
Facing into the sun in this first half. It's the kind of things you don't think about all that much, but it's one of those intangibles, one of those variables that you have to consider when you do the coin toss about choosing a side, potentially putting an opponent at a disadvantage. Can be easy to lose the ball in the sun, especially this time of year. It hits you right in the eyes. Some miss kick there from Vineland. Nearly gave Camden Catholic a chance.
Camden Catholic just going to play it back to their keeper.
Camden Catholic have regained a little bit of control of this game. You've seen them establish a lot of possession like you see here in the final third. That ball gets served in. Comfortable for Liliana Lopez, but seeing them grow into the game a little bit. Early on, Vineland applying a lot of pressure. Now have ceded a little bit of that possession, a little bit of that time to Camden Catholic as they earn a foul there. Like we said, there's still plenty of time in this game if you're Camden Catholic to find the goals. If you can start to maintain possession, start to build more clear-cut chances, it's going to serve you better than just trying for those long shots.
And if you're Vineland, you're finally in a situation where you want to continue applying pressure. You're up 3-0 here in this first half, one of your largest leads of the season in the first half. Take advantage of that, build upon it, and don't play down just because you're up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard too. When you're playing with a lead, you might lose a little bit of that edge. Might feel, and it can go both ways. Feeling comfortable can help you calm down, sort of see the game a little better, but it can also lull you into a little bit of confidence, too much confidence. Try things you wouldn't typically try if the game were a little tighter. Maybe not pick the easy, the smart pass, go for something a little more spectacular. So that's something to always manage.
Lopez just gets that one away as there's pressure coming in on the drop back kick.
Seen Stockbridge in a little more of an advanced role. Seen her picking up the ball and finding herself deeper into the half as Nemeth is going to shape one here. And we've seen her all season. I think she hit about 3 or 4 crossbars in the Hamilton game. Seen her score quite a few goals from range. So we have almost a line shift for Vineland here of substitutions. But Amanda Nemeth, anytime she picks her head up 25 yards out, I do think that's one of her first instincts is to think about a shot. She certainly has the ability, like we've seen so many times this year, to find a top corner. Donnelly just shepherding that one back for Lopez. This is great play from Vineland. Retaining possession, 1-2. It's Cascabas.
It's too tough on that final touch there.
Kicks up off the turf onto her knee. Just takes it a little further than she wanted it on the turf, too. We always talk about ball moves a little faster. Maybe on grass, that one's still within reach for her, but that comes off a great passage of play from Vineland. Working in and out of possession really well through the midfield. see a few different positions. So we got Anaya Gonzalez in midfield. Typically seen her as a defender and attacker. But I think, especially being a freshman, there's a lot of technical development you can expect. I think from her this year, I've definitely seen her in tight spaces get more comfortable over the course of the season. Such a versatile player. She's got obviously a great athleticism. Anytime she's in the area, she's hawking balls, and someone that isn't going to give any defender or attacker a moment's rest. That's the type of player that actually starts to develop that technical side of her game as well. Be a real threat for Vineland. That's Ashlyn Newton working in the midfield. Not her typical role either. One thing that does allow you to do, though, when you have a good attacking player, having them drop deep can allow them to pick up speed and make deep lying runs. Be that, kind of late arriving player to the box to get on the end of a cross and on a 1-2. Stockbridge winning that. Puts it on the back posts. Just could not find. It's Kaskabas making that run. Good footwork there by Camden Catholic. That's Katie Brown on the ball. This could be a threatening position for Camden Catholic. It's great defending from Vineland, not fully clear just yet.
It is senior night like we mentioned, so marching band in the house, the cheerleaders in the house. Good to see the support there from both entities there. You're used to the marching band playing Friday Night Lights, football and everything, but who's to say that, doesn't pump you up a little bit when you're out on the field, or could be a distraction to your opponent when they're not used to it either.
Always an energizing factor for sure.
That is the halftime whistle with the Fighting Clan up 3-0 here at Gittone Stadium. We'll be back for second half action right here on the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel. Kyle Bennett, Matt Casarina with you. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in the second half.
Senior escorts, please make their way. Head coach Leslie Garden, assistant coaches Kerry Stockbridge and Santiago Garzon. We would like to thank all administration for their continued support, especially our athletic director, Mr. Donnie Robbins, as well as Mrs. Ashley Sale and Mr. Brian Newton for their continued support. We would also like to give a shout out to our awesome athletic trainers, Darren TD, for keeping us healthy, and Joe and Mike from our athletic department for always making sure that our fields are ready and we have all the equipment and extra help we need. We would now like to acknowledge the Camden Catholic High School girls soccer team and their coaches for playing us tonight. We would like to specifically recognize their head coach and seniors. First of all, we have the head coach, Kathy Johnson. Have senior number 1, Haley Lukzak. Senior number 12, Katie Brown. Senior number 16, Callie Mayer. Senior number 42, Danielle Lieber. And senior number 28, Morgan Haas. Nice round of applause for the Camden Catholic Irish girls seniors. Okay, we would now like to thank all those in attendance this evening honoring this year's seniors. We are extremely proud of our seniors of 2024. They are a very dedicated group of athletes on the field as well as students in the classroom. Tonight, we would like to recognize them and their parents for their contributions to the team, dedication, and love of the sport. They are all great role models and will be missed. And here we have it, this year's Fighting Clan Seniors. Okay, first of all, we have Senior Captain, number 5, Jesse Donnelly. She'll be escorted this evening by her mom and dad, Esther and John Donnelly, and brother, Trevor. Her favorite soccer memory is beating Millville. What she is most thankful for, she is thankful for the support from her family and friends. Her future plans are to go to college and then become a physical therapist. Her favorite quote is, "Success only comes from failure." That was anonymous. Again, that is Senior Captain Jesse Donnelly. Our next senior this evening is jersey number 15, Jenny Espana Mendez. She's escorted this evening by her dad and mom, Roberto and Flor, and Robert and Brian Espana, which is our brothers. Her favorite soccer memory is the car rides after practice with her besties Priscilla and Juliana. What she is most thankful for is for the support from all of her family and friends and for the new bonds that were made. Her future plans are to go to college and study sports medicine. Her favorite quote, "Don't worry, be happy." That is Senior Jenny Espana Mendez. Our next senior this evening is our senior manager, team manager, Sophia Pepe. She'll be escorted this evening by her mom and dad, Rich and Carol Pepe. Her favorite soccer memory was all the friendships she's made through all the years of playing and managing soccer. What she is most thankful for are her friends and family. Her future plans are to go to college and be a history teacher. Her favorite quote is live, laugh, and love. That is senior team manager, Sophia Pepe. And our last senior this evening, certainly not our least, Senior Captain number 12, Sophia Stockbridge. She will be escorted this evening by her sister, Kate Stockbridge, as well as her parents, Carrie and Eddie Stockbridge. Her favorite soccer memory is the extra time spent with her mom and the drive to VHS from CC Tech with Jenna, and now her freshies. What was she most thankful for is the endless support from family and friends, especially Jimmy and Nuts. Her future plans are to attend college in Florida. Her favorite quote is YOLO. That is Senior Captain number 12, Sophia Stockbridge. And last but certainly not least, we would like to give a major shout out to our VHS cheerleaders, the VHS band, the marching clan, of course. We thank all of you for your support this evening in our senior night, and we thank you again for all the seniors and their parents and escorts this evening, and thank you for all of the wonderful memories you have bestowed upon us here for Vineland High School soccer. One more round of applause for all of our seniors. Dr. Danielle Sneeden. And also I saw a superintendent school up there, Mr. Yano.
And welcome back, everybody, to Gittone Stadium here on senior night for varsity soccer on the ladies' side of things. Kyle Bennett, Matt Castorina with you. And Matt, find ourselves with a 3-0 lead for the Fighting Clan here on senior night. And it's nice to see them play with a lead, and you want to see them continue that aggression and continue to play like the better team like they have so far in this one in this second half.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they got out to a few early goals in that first half. Camden Catholic was able to start, get a little possession in the final third, start get some entries in there, but Vineland, for the most part, really controlled that first half. It's going to be about now maybe finding a fourth, or at the very least just seeing this game out now, kind of being professional with it, strong on the ball, not giving up any mistakes at the back. Especially these first 5 minutes of this second half are going to be really important. You don't have any kind of errors. Don't let Camden Catholic find their way back into this game.
Both sides kind of even now, no more sun in the eyes of one or the other keeper.
And it's hard to explain, but it always feels like the pace goes up a little bit once the lights start coming on and the shadows get a little long. That's when it feels like the game kind of switches into a different gear, physically and emotionally too. Everyone's kind of going a little harder to each 50-50 challenge. Camden Catholic looking to break here. Vineland was trying to find the entry past that defense, but possession has really changed hands so far a lot in this second half. Neither team really able to establish a foothold on it, but Camden Catholic with an opportunity here. Well defended, though.
We talked about this the first game that we called here at Gittone this year for the soccer teams, Matt, but for the viewers at home, what do you think, as somebody who's played on this field before, is more of an adjustment? Obviously, you played on it when it was grass, but adjusting to kind of the turf lines and all the different sporting lines, or getting adjusted to the sun going down, the lights coming on, and kind of the change in ambiance and scenery of lighting and getting used to those shadows changing?
I think the biggest thing with playing in a stadium like this is just the environment. It's such a different environment, and everyone that just I think takes their game up a little level like this when you have a bigger crowd, you're under the lights. It's only natural, I think, that there's a lot more adrenaline, a lot more just bite in each game. But yeah, playing on a different surface is always a challenge. Turf, the ball's obviously going to move quicker, but now too you have all the extra lines to consider. It can get challenging, when you're playing the end line, finding which line is the out of bounds line versus other lines, right? You have the sideline lines for football, so that is definitely a challenge. Trying to navigate all that, but I really think it's mostly the environment, that you're in now, where you have a louder crowd, a lot more people, a lot more eyes, and there's just something about playing under the lights that gets you charged up a little bit more, and you have to be mindful of your passes and your touch on the turf, because it's easy for a ball to get away from you or get away from its intended target. Finally, some good defensive work here. Patient on the ball. Great build up out of the back. With some good footwork there.
Shot for Camden Catholic is scooped up by Lopez there.
That's really been the extent of Camden Catholic's chances so far tonight. There's been a lot of just efforts from outside the box. Those are, in the grand scheme of things, low quality chances, not chances that are typically going to result in a goal. Keeper has a lot of time to see it, get their feet set, make a comfortable save. Seen that from Liliana Lopez tonight. Most of her work has come from shots like that. Stockbridge patient on the ball, finding Nemeth. So it gets stuck on the ball there. Haskell has a great flick on. Newton Return pass. Cascabas just not sure if she's trying to touch it around the defender and beat them for pace, or looking for Mendez, another one of Vineland's seniors starting up top tonight. Talked a lot so far this year about Cascabas and Newton, their partnership. Great link-up play between them. Newton winning the ball. Forces Camden Catholic into a clearance and a throw. Stockbridge has a great ball over the top.
Just out of the reach there.
Got to see at halftime both Vineland and Camden Catholic seniors get honored. Always a fun experience. Especially in the fall, for a lot of these seniors, it's their first of the last, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Always good to celebrate the milestones, though. What an achievement is to play a sport for 4 years, dedicate a lot of time for a lot of these players, too, that have played and traveled, club teams. Camden Catholic have not really applied any pressure to Vineland's back line. They've been able to play out of possession pretty comfortably tonight. Stockbridge on this one. Almost finds Mendez making a run. And this has really been one of Vineland's, I think, most comprehensive performances that we've gotten to see so far this season. From front to back, it feels like they've really hit and played as well as you could ask them. Catholic with a chance.
Great save by Lopez.
Read the attacker's hip shape there. You can always make a guess as a goalkeeper which way someone's going to go by. You have to open your hips to shoot. Also look at the plant foot, get a rough idea of which way they might be shaping up. It's well saved. It's Camden Catholic's best opportunity really so far this game, I'd say. First time they've had a real sight at goal within the 18-yard box. So they get a free kick here. Cascabal's using her body so well. Just drops the shoulder.
Great feed there as well. Goalie comes out. Right idea there for Vineland, able to kind of execute, like you said. Cascabas gets her body in front of it and is able to kind of just run in tandem with the ball. Feeds it just a little too much there. And the goalie was able to kind of have a step and a half beat on the next available Vineland player, but right mind frame there for Vineland in that setup.
Yeah, Cascabas almost dummies the ball, shows like she's going to go and receive it and lets it run as the Catholic. They had numbers there on that counterattack, and they just couldn't find their runners. Vineland has done well defending tonight. They've really limited the chances, limited them to, again, those more low-quality, long-range shots. This one down the line for Vineland. Got Stockbridge and Newton joining the attack. That ball ripples the side netting. I think I saw a fan or two below, thought that that snuck its way in. Again off the side netting. Amanda Nemeth trying her luck. Again. Cascabas doing the dirty work to win the ball back. Jesse Donnelly playing up top now. Getting a little bit of a reward for all the defensive work. Chance to inflict some pain upon another defender. She finds Stockbridge with a great pass. Just over the bar. Did go through the field goal post though, so. Ball intercepted off the goal kick. Spilled and scored by Cascabas.
Finally gets one through. Feels like the past couple of games that we've been on the call for, it's been like working its way towards her finally finding the back of the net.
Yeah, it's her second of the night, you know. See her trying and trying. Gets rewarded there. It's almost an Ashland Newton goal, you know, crashing the net, waiting for that rebound. We've seen her find some goals that way, but, you know, goal kick clearance, it just doesn't really find its way out of the area, right to a Vineland attacker. It's a good shot, bounces right before the keeper gets it. You see that so often. It's so hard to handle as a keeper. Cascabas smartly crashing it. That's one thing about this Vineland team that I really appreciate is they do the little things like that. You know, crashing the net, something you're taught all the time, but it is such an important thing. You know, we've seen them get so many goals this season from doing that. You know, it really pays off for you. So you can play that the keeper isn't going to handle it cleanly all the time, unless your name's Liliana Lopez, and then you're going to make good claims like that.
And it feels like, you know, we've been just waiting for Cascabas to have one of these types of games, and it's obviously not over yet. She could add to this total, but we've been waiting for those multi-goal games from her while we've been in the booth, obviously. She's been an important part of this offense, and you've just been kind of just wanting to see that offensive explosion from her. You know, there's been some matchups that we were on the call for. You're playing tougher opponents like in Ocean City that are going to make things difficult for you, but to finally have her coming out party, especially under the lights, is pretty special.
Yeah, I can recall the Millville game here. She also had a good performance that night, so maybe it's just just getting her under the lights, I think, is where she really shines. And talk about like big game players. She's someone that definitely has that kind of attitude when she plays on the field and has the right mindset. Like I said, I really like her directness. She's willing to run right at defenders. It's Donnelly pushing forward. So, almost a great roulette through the midfield. Cuciniello there. Seeing her with good footwork. Always someone that's really comfortable on the ball. Good technical player. Nye Gonzalez making a good step there. Cut out any Camden Catholic attack. Donnelly with some relentless pressure there. Earns a throw in. Donnelly looking in the middle. Just cleared by Camden Catholic. Keeper was willing to let the defenders sort that one out. Ended up being a good call. It's a race here between Newton and the goalkeeper. Keeper wins that one. Donnelly into the area, well covered by the keeper. Vineland looked very threatening. Like they could add another tally to this lead, make it 5-0. Stockbridge looking for Donnelly. Donnelly touches through. Just couldn't find that final connection, but has really been all Vineland these last 10-15 minutes. It's really the first opportunity we've seen Camden Catholic on the ball, and it comes from a foul on a free kick. Camden Catholic looking to just play a little spoiler here and try and wipe out a clean sheet on senior night for Vineland.
So they have a 4-0 lead here at Gittone Stadium.
You can just feel the energy levels for Camden Catholic have dropped a little bit. They're not applying a ton of pressure on the ball. So long Vineland lots of time to pick out a pass, let runs develop. Donnelly, good footwork. Into the area. Just couldn't find a Vineland player as this one still gets shot in. It trickles through for Vineland. I believe that was Amanda Nemeth with the finish. Low on the ground. Hard for the keeper to handle. Makes it 5 for Vineland. If that was Nemeth, which I believe it was, that's their 7th of the season.
She's
Vineland.
another player that's been integral to this offense across the board. You know, we talk about Ashlyn Newton, we talk about Koskabas, but Amanda Nemeth, you know, she can strike from range, and that is a big part of her game, and it really just lengthens what this Vineland offense can do.
Yeah, she's Vineland's top scorer this season, and we talk a lot about, like you said, from range. She's always got her head up and willing to test the keeper even from distance. You need that sometimes in a team too, and seeing her just be really creative in the midfield, willing to run forward and charge at the defense. You talk about them too, you know, Nemeth, Koskabas, Newton, all being juniors as well. You know, you get another season with them. Could be an exciting year next year for Vineland as well. Still plenty to play for here as that goal kick also doesn't make it out. It's a long ball forward that the Catholic can get on and try and counter. Liliana Lopez comes out to claim. It's turned into a great night for Vineland. Getting a big win. To celebrate your seniors. To start gearing up now towards playoffs and focus on seeding and finishing out this season strong. This ball's through. Camden Catholic with an opportunity. Cuts inside. It's finally cleared by Vineland. He's dominated a great turn. She's going to make Koskabas run, and keeper was very alert. For Camden Catholic, it's just clearing the ball, trying to see off every wave of Vineland attack here. Koskabas tried going for a little fancy flick over her defender. Didn't come off. Vineland still chasing a 6th goal here. And a chance for Camden Catholic. It's a great save by Liliana Lopez. Recovers the rebound. That was Danielle Lieber with an opportunity for Camden Catholic. I think Liliana Lopez just got a foot and ankle to that shot. Preserving the clean sheet. Donnelly has been a terror since switching to that forward position. She's not given a single defender at any moment of peace. Stockbridge with an opportunity here to make something. It's been all Vineland, really, for most of this second half. Really controlling the game. Pouncing on every bad touch by Camden Catholic, who are still searching and pushing here to find a goal. They're on a counter here. That's well defended from Vineland. Ultimately does go out for a corner kick, but it's a dangerous counter Camden we're on, and that was Anaya Gonzalez back there doing good work.
Yeah, I think top to bottom, this has overall been one of, if not the best performance we've seen from the Fighting Clan girls team this year.
Absolutely, yeah. Every phase of play, I think they've been very good in today and defended well when they've had to, and been really clean in possession, created lots of opportunities. Everywhere you look, I think just good performances all around. Right from the get-go, they put Camden Catholic in under a lot of pressure. Stockbridge just like a little bit of communication with Cascabas there. We're trying to find the connection. Camden Catholic have had some trouble on goal kicks tonight, conceding possession right away. Vineland just boxing them in. It's been oppressive pressure from them in this final third. Stockbridge looking for Donnelly, doesn't get there. That was Hendershot with a chance, which goes over the bar. Camden Catholic have just been forced to work so hard just to get it out of their defensive third today. It's left them so stretched. When they do clear the ball forward, they are able to get on the counter and have some number advantages, but there's just such big gaps. Hard for these attacking players to find any support as they get a turnover. Ultimately, Vineland regain possession. Cascabas turns. Donnelly using the body really well.
And that is the final whistle. The Fighting Clan come away with arguably their most dominant performance top to bottom of the season here at Gittone Stadium. Just well played. You know, offensively, obviously you score enough to keep your opponent at bay and don't really give them an opportunity to come back because of how well your defense and your goaltending was in this. The midfield fed perfectly to set up some of those goals, and I think head coach Leslie Garden has to be thrilled here on senior night with the way that the girls played.
Yeah, all around just a great day, great performance. From top to bottom, like you said, felt like there was really no weak part of Vineland's game today, and reminds you of the potential that they hold as well. You know, going forward, this is a team we've seen, I think, grow into the season a little bit the last few weeks, and are a team to watch as we get towards the close of the regular season and start looking towards playoffs, because we talked a lot about the attacking threats that they have. This is a team that could be an upset alert type of team in the playoffs.
Especially with the 16-team format and the bracket style. It's going to be a lot of fun watching these ladies down the stretch of the regular season, and hopefully a nice little postseason run for them as well. Final score 5-0 here from historic Gittone Stadium in Vineland, New Jersey, as the Fighting Clan come away with a big senior night victory. Big thank you to Doug Diola and our entire production team for producing today's program through all the technical difficulties we had early on. We'll be back broadcast-wise for sure on the road at Pennsauken on Friday as the football team closes out their regular season schedule, as they have eyes on the postseason as well. I believe we have a broadcast tomorrow as well. But that's why you got to follow Vineland Public Schools on all the social media platforms. Subscribe to the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel, and we will see you for the next one. But until then, have a great Wednesday evening. Go Phillies, and we'll see you guys on the next broadcast.